Hi, good day. So today I'll be presenting on the two major pests in sweet potato in Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Randy Surabjit and let's get into it. So in this video, we'll be covering two major pests that affect sweet potato production in Trinidad. These pests are the sweet potato weevil, which is Cylas formicarius, and the sweet potato stem borer, which is Megastes grandalis. So these pests both have contributed really bad damages and impact to the sweet potato industry in Trinidad. And they've been proven to be very difficult to deal with over time. They've developed certain resistances to pesticides that were commonly used, and there was need for more drastic measures in dealing with it. So, what's the importance of sweet potato in Trinidad? So, sweet potato, Ipomea batatas, is one of the staple crops in Trinidad. The level of production may not match many of the other starch crops that we have, like cassava, yam. However, it still contributes significantly as a local food source. So, sweet potato is well suited to the climatic conditions of Trinidad. We live in a tropical area, is well suited to that. And this crop itself is of significant economic importance to farmers in Trinidad. Many farmers actually do sweet potato as their sole crop, and it has been something that was very beneficial to plenty of farmers to get into. So the significance of these pests. So the sweet potato weevil itself, so it starts off, well, as the adult female. It makes holes to the base of the stem in the plant or the tuber, and is pretty near to the soil surface because the weevil itself resides in the soil. So they lay eggs once they get into the tuber, and then the eggs itself would hatch into little larvae or worms that would tunnel downwards and feed just below the layer of the tubers, causing this damage. So you can see here a picture of the weevil itself, right? Now it might do it justice, but it's actually very small. It's still visible to the naked eye, but it is very small. And then on the right here we have a picture showing the type of damage that you would see, the telltale damage that a sweet potato weevil would cause. So you see it right under the skin of the plant, the tuber, seeing these little holes and tunnels that they kind of dug into. And moving on now to the sweet potato stem borer. So the adult moth lays the eggs on the leaves and the stems of the plant, and then these eggs would hatch into larvae, which would then burrow into the stems where they would eventually reach down into the tuber. So these actually cause a lot more damage to the actual tuber itself. Like there's not much I could salvage from the tuber at this point. So to the left here we have an image of the moth itself. So this is just one of the identification, well, the ways to see it. And then you will go into the stem damage. So you would see the stem would basically be hollow. The stem itself would actually have what is called frass. So that's like the little kind of was actually excrement from the larvae. So you kind of see that along the tunnels and the path that they make. And then now we would observe here the borer damage. So the thing is that the borers don't really have a specific location. They kind of dig all over, and they also make much larger holes. As you could see here, it's a much more significant and pronounced type of tunnel that they make. And it's basically over the entire potato. At this point, they really can't salvage much from it. Unlike the sweet potato weevil, you could still cut out the parts, but for the purposes of sale, that's not possible. You can't really sell that to anyone. Right, so just to kind of make a comparison here with in terms of the damage. On the left, we have the sweet potato weevil damage, right? You're seeing it more isolated right under the skin outside. You might see a little bit more uniformity in terms of how they actually get into the sweet potato tuber. Tunnels are a lot smaller. You see in a kind of dark necrotic kind of area around the tuber, it's the tunnels themselves. You clearly see that around the little holes and necrotic rotten area are right around the holes. And then now we're getting into the borer damage, so you're not necessarily seeing that necrotic type of damage here. But what you are seeing is that the tunnel itself is just significantly larger than. So you're just seeing that really the tunnel itself is really, really big. And then, I mean, there's a lot more damage to the tuber itself.